for our Friday stream then. So, hello friends and welcome to the Friday stream here on the Blue Badger 42, the Twitch station where you can find all the Blue Badger content. I'm your host as always, Blue Badger, and today we are shaking up our August schedule a little bit by playing a little more Kaiserreich. So, last we left off, we had managed to successfully push into France and kick the Union out, and essentially kind of ease things up a little bit. Initially, we were kind of pushed back to the Rhine, but thanks to the bombers that we had, we were able to basically blow up all the industry and made the French collapse. So now, we are doing two things here. We have some of our army here pushing into Italy as well. And holy moly, there are a lot of medals here. I'm probably gonna have to take care of that at some point. And then additionally, we also have our army here that is amassing to first help our Irish allies take back their homeland, and then eventually probably gonna land here then too. And that's probably what my plan is. And essentially in the east, I'm for the most part just going to try and hold the line here. I may try and push in some reinforcements here to try and help liberate Finland, either by assisting where I can up here, or maybe just launching an amphibious invasion through the south here. But at any rate, let us proceed. But yeah, I know initially I was planning on playing more Roll to the War, but just with things going on with my friends and I've been meaning to actually get back into this. And actually, a lot of these are bombers, so I'm thinking I'm gonna keep those here. Probably gonna keep the bombers there, actually. And okay, and there's nothing I can really move them to. Okay, screw it. I'm just gonna keep the Air Force where it is. We'll need to push on. Alright, let's see. And nothing really going on. Ever agricultural products. Oh, I actually did not know that would also change my narrative. Oh, I see. So essentially, it gives us that benefit, although it ruins our relationship with Poland somewhat. So yeah, I'm probably not going to do that then. Okay. And it's about 2 weeks, and then we can launch that. But, let's see what's going on. Maybe I can sentence... Actually, it does appear we're doing okay so far. Bring in some CAS fighters here. 2, 3, 4. Let's see, where can I stick these? Yeah, maybe put them here. I could probably... Oh, yep, I can. That's perfect. Oh dear. One of our agents is apprehended by the Russians. That is not good for us. But we'll see what we can do here. We should be able to do a jailbreak. Who do we not have? Yeah, we'll have her go. We can proceed. They are done. So, okay. 6 more days. It looks like... Oh. Okay, so the Dominion actually does Oh, dang it. One of our agents was killed. It appears that Christina Skarbeck, one of our agents deployed in the Russian state, has made the ultimate sacrifice and died on the line of duty. Reports from Russian sources are naturally sparse, but it appears that she was being tracked by Russian counterintelligence. Yeah, it's unfortunate. Okay. Alright. Now. Us. How are we doing? Oh, we have complete naval superiority here. Yeah, nothing to worry about there. It's likely gonna do things. And how are we doing information-wise? What does it look like in the Union? I forgot that Sylvia was actually in charge of the things there. And, oh, damn. Yeah, a significant amount of their industry's been bombed out. So, you could definitely tell when the bombing campaign that we did on France was diverted to Britain by just the sheer amount of destroyed factories. Okay, with that invasion underway, I'm thinking going to start some of the stuff here. Okay. Line of duty. You know what? I'm gonna do that after things. That will take me a while to actually get through all that. But let us Cardiff Landing. Yeah. We'll have that unit from Cherbourg. And yeah, we'll have Modal with his tanks. Start one from Brest, I'm thinking. Yeah, right there ought to do it. Who dares wins. Oh! Looks like the Sardinians were thinking the same thing we were doing. Alright. Alright. Let's move up here. Yep, and it looks like Cork is ours. And that was a pretty easy liberation, it looks like. Yeah, what does... It's gonna take a little while yet. Okay. What is actually... like, I think the other naval... Yep, because now I'm getting the full tank support there. Alright. What have we got here? 4 convoys sunk and 5 destroyers. Well done. Alright. And Dublin is recaptured. Hey! And we've capitulated the Italians here, so that's good for us. Looks like it is done.
Angetreten.
Alright. Now, you know what? I'm gonna remobilize this army. Yeah, I'm gonna launch an invasion here, try and reopen the front. Where do I want to send them, though? Send them to this area, actually. Okay. Just need to get them over to the port. Okay. So, let's see what else we can do here. Can I? No, I cannot. Okay. Well, certainly looks like things are pretty well so far. Alright. Let's see if we can't get some superiority in the channel. And in the meantime, I am actually gonna... It's over here. So it does look like we need to change where these guys are. Yeah, I'll put them here. There we are. Now we have air superiority. Can I get any... I should have other... Yes, I do. Okay. Put these here and help cover bombers there. Okay. What else should I research? Treaty with Ireland. Assailed from all sides, the Irish have turned to the right for protection. We should offer them full treaty that will have a loyal ally in the fight against the Union. We shall do just that. Okay. Ah, good. So we have our... Right? Alright. I am actually gonna have these guys. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna have you then. So we are gonna take over Britain here next. Hopefully. Okay. Where? Actually, am I even researching the other? Not yet. Okay. Oh? Looks like the Canadians might be making a push. Depending on if their landing actually succeeds and they manage to capture a port, I might just a bit. Nope, there it goes. Okay, so much for that idea. Okay, how are we doing in the east? Actually, where are... Okay, so they're just sitting there for now. Alright. Okay, so this is the one, and the other ones are... So, yeah, just wait for things to die down, I suppose. And... How are we doing naval superiority? We do have control there. Okay. Alright. So I'm thinking, once we land some troops here, I'm either going to land near Turku here, or maybe it... Actually, probably around here. That way I might be able to get both of them, like, around that airfield. So if I could do that, then I'll be in a good position. Okay. Promoted. Logistics company. Alright. And... yeah, it's still about a year ahead. Okay. What? Ireland declared war in Northern Ireland. Yeah, lovely. Alright. Let's put them down. probably gonna take a bit here. But at least we have the whole of the Middle African Alliance now joining in. And there's that. Okay. Alright. Take care of those Unionists, I suppose. Alright. And how are we doing? Not quite ready yet. It does look like we were able to push them out. Okay. Actually, it looks like our allies are making a pretty good push into Crimea to take that back. Certainly won't argue that. Yeah, I don't really need anything else at the moment, so I am thinking I'm just gonna on infrastructure here for us. Maximize that. Okay. There's that. And yeah, good enough. Okay. There's this. Alright. Yeah, nothing there. Actually, we're doing pretty darn good in terms of research. No. I didn't realize we were that close to actually finishing that up. Oh. Huh. The Greeks actually were able to, take over the Ottomans. That's, interesting. Ah! There we go. That is done. Take that. And Northern Ireland is returned. Okay. Treaty with Ireland. With the Thunder Cliffs awakening all over the world, it is crucial for the Reichspakt to help potential allies whenever possible. The Irish sympathies swayed towards Germany due to the support during the War of Independence. There now exists the possibility of gaining strong foothold just under the socialist nose by getting Ireland into the Reichspakt. We should start by offering them equipment and construction support. I mean, they're already in the Reichspakt, but, whatever. What's this? And Costa Rica declared war in Central America. Alright. Let's see. Instruct craft. Bomber grouping. One of the first results of the founding of Richthofen's Luftwaffe has been the invention of a new doctrine. This doctrine asserts the possibilities of mass bomber formations, deciding enough to warrant the primacy of traditional ground support. Fighters should not be used on the ground, they should be subject to anti-air attacks, but in the skies where they can escort bomber squadrons. We'll do that. Okay, it looks like... Wait. What are they in? Oh, okay, so it's just an alliance between those two. Okay. And Ireland supplies the treaty. The Irish have agreed to our offer. According to the treaty, we now supply industrial machines and the license required to construct additional ones in Ireland itself. Additionally, we are obligated to construct and deliver guns, artillery pieces, and a number of aircraft and armor pieces to bolster their armed forces. We shall begin the construction. So close. Oh, no wonder it was showing as the Entente. I was like, what is it talking about? I didn't realize that Canada had occupied all of Central America already. actually changes things a little bit. Alright, but we are just about ready to launch an invasion. And we'll proceed with Operation Reclamation on behalf of the English. Okay, 3 and 4. There. And across the channel they go. Here's hoping they succeed. Ah. Gertrude Schmidt is now captured by counterintelligence. Okay. I'm gonna send you back in, then. Documents when ready. Now, let us see how things go. Looks like our tanks are meeting some difficulties. But our regular armed forces are doing good. Okay, what do... Actually, yeah, I'll do that. Purchase. Let's see if they are successful, and yes, they are. And we have landed in Wales. Stand there. And we'll just have the entire army try and race across Britain as we can. Where are the other ones? Okay. Reinforcements have arrived. Or at least are arriving. There they are. Ooh! The United States of America wants to join the Reichspakt. Yes, this is exactly what I was hoping for. President Huey Pierce Long has asked the American ambassador to meet with Kaiser Wilhelm III and Chancellor Hans Vogel to begin preliminary discussions about bringing the United States of America into the Reichspakt. This is followed by weeks of other smaller feelers by the Americans at our embassy in St. Louis. An acceptance on our part would secure a major diplomatic victory for the Reichspakt, and it may help stabilize our geopolitical situation, particularly in the Americas. In private, however, there have been concerns that another major power may weaken our grip over the alliance as a whole and tie our fate to a nation still recovering from a devastating civil war. With that in mind, after careful deliberations, we are forced to prepare a final response. Accepting such arrangements certainly is a contentious issue. It would bring the unusually isolationist Americans onto the world stage, and it is not entirely clear how long they will tolerate our undisputed leadership. Still, their entry would ensure the Reichspakt's continued and global presence across the world. And of course we will welcome them. After all, they are my countrymen. Alright. And the United States is now in the war. And the Great Pacific War. Ever since the Second American Civil War, the Empire of Japan stood virtually unopposed in the Pacific, with many predicting that it would become the most formidable power in the region, eclipsing its American and German rivals in influence. Rebuilding its military-industrial might after the Civil War, the American government has set its sight on the Pacific again, openly challenging Japan's dominance, with reports of naval engagements between the two great powers. Despite Japan's resounding success across the Pacific, it now faces its most significant challenge yet, as the industrial juggernaut of America shakes off the rubble of the Civil War and its war machine comes to life again. It seems that Japan has overstepped its bounds for the last time, and indeed it has. But, yeah, with the Americans now on our side, we should be able to really tip the balance of this war in our favor. So. And, let's see. Do this. No, we'll do this. Patsig and Raider have in close communication with Sparrow of the Luftwaffe devised a type of naval strategy reliant on mobile air bases in the form of carrier ships. These men are convinced that only the open sea, while their assistance can take days to arrive. Ships should only be risked if they fight together as one group with air cover under a doctrine known as Operative Maneuver Grouping. Alright. Liverpool is ours. Just took 6 states. Yeah, looks like the Canadians are now popping up, so I need to... Hang on. I need to ask them for military access. There, now we should be able to move through. And push on to London. And guns from Middle Africa. Thank you very much for that. Get some from Cuba instead, I suppose. Now pushing in. Oh, and Brazil is landing a force then too here as well. Bruno Caesar Moller shot down target. Nice. And we have London essentially encircled. There we go. The fall of London. Reports from London confirmed that the capital of the Syndicalist Union of Britain has been captured by advancing Canadian soldiers after fierce battles across the Thames River. British forces put up a stiff resistance, hoping to delay their royalist counterparts for as long as possible, but eventually they were beaten back. As the dust settles, it seems London is back in the hands of the government that abandoned it in 1925. The atmosphere in the city is still heavy, with spasms of gunfire still ringing out in the night as the Syndicalist army retreats, leaving only protesters to fight the Canadian troops. And it seems the king has returned. And as soon as Dover is taken, we shall redirect our army north. And in the meantime, as that is going on, I am actually going to start prepping our liberation of Finland, I'm thinking. Alright. Put that army there. These guys start from the mill and land there. Alright. There, that should do the trick. Then once one invasion finishes, we can begin the other. It's pretty much down to Scotland now for the Union. Or complete capitulation. That works too, I suppose. Although surprisingly, it is only for a few of these factions. I don't know if I really like that. Okay. But, anywho, we can finish up this, so we'll take Norway. So, to the commands. Let's see here. Where's Sardinia? So I do want to give them that back. Alright. The commune will go to the French Republic. Wherever they are on this list. Here we are. Okay. I can take that. The Union of Britain shall go to Canada, obviously. Let them deal with the king. Right. You know what? I'll let Brazil deal with whatever happened here in Central America. Or South America, I guess. That. Okay. And then I'll let the Americans deal with Central America. Other than that. Okay. Okay, so that's done, and it does look like we are still at war with these people, and they are actually no longer part of the International. That's unexpected. Okay. But the good news is that the entirety of our army is now back here. Okay, I'm gonna rebase this army there. And nuclear reactors. That's something we definitely want. Okay. Oh, looks like we can't go there. Yeah, I'll just move these guys there, I suppose. Alright. Triumph of the French exiles. After 2 decades of fires of revolution have once and for all been extinguished. Despite overwhelming odds, the French exiles have successfully retaken Metropole, thanks to the cooperation of their allies in an incredible national mobilization effort. They have outmaneuvered those who stood in their way. Immense celebrations are being planned, particularly in Paris, where a parade on the Champs-Élysées for troops of the whole Entente will take place. However, the French people remain deeply divided. Some welcome the exiles as liberators, others lament the fall of the Commune, and most are simply in shock, exhausted by the war. The lives have ended the second time in a generation. The Civil War is only nominally over. The wounds it opened will take years to heal. Finally, it is over. Alright. Engineer companies. What's that? Let's upgrade our tanks then, shall we? Yeah, let's move up here a little bit, I'm thinking. So we got our U-boats here then too. Our supplies a little bit. Where are our bombers? So I'm pretty sure they have been sent somewhere else. I did not realize just how much damage our bombers took. Oh! I thought I gave these territories to the US. I'll move them over to them. Let the Americans deal with it. Although, I will give you back to you. Okay, there we go. But the fate of Norway. The Norwegian army has surrendered, and we have completely capitulated the Norwegian government. Our flag waves over the former capital building in Oslo as our military campaign comes to an end. Now we must campaign to destroy the Norwegian partisans. Perhaps enlisting Norwegian sympathizers to form a government would aid us. And we can choose to occupy them, establish a Norwegian republic, or restore the monarchy. And we shall do that one. And welcome to the Entente, and welcome back, Harkon the 7th. Alright. There's just a little bit here. Yeah, let's do this. What does our bomber force look like? Holy shit, we are losing a lot of them. Okay. Alright. I'll do this. So that I do want to replenish our bomber supply. Is that good enough? Okay. Just this. Okay. And not quite yet, unfortunately. And the restoration of the United Kingdom. In the decidedly dramatic turn of events, the Republican regime in the Union of Britain has fallen, and the Royalist government under the House of Windsor has now finally returned to London. King Albert I has been formally crowned in Westminster Abbey, fulfilling his life dream of avenging his father's exile during the British Revolution, and already efforts to rid the nation of its syndicalist ties are underway. The whole miles have been changed beyond recognition in only a short period of time, and the roots of leftist influence have been deeply embedded in the institutions of the nation and the psyche of its people. Many across the globe now await bated breath to see what actions the newly restored United Kingdom will take on the world stage. Is this a new order or a return to the old? Let's see the tag. Polish Silesian line expanded. As one of the earliest railway lines built in Silesia, the Ober-Eisenbahn has served the Prussian government since the mid-1840s. The line since then has been modernized multiple times to serve heavy traffic from Silesia. As one of the three main train hubs that connects Poland to Germany, the Polish section of the Polish Silesian line has consistently been criticized for being unable to support large numbers of passenger and cargo trains due to its limited capacity of its aging tracks. With high economic priority on the railway, investments were made by the Polish government to expand the tracks. Since the Polish government started work on improving the lines and expanding multiple stretches of railway, and operating more railway lines to better connect them with the neighboring nations, the expansion of the Polish Silesian line was inevitable. Coordinating with the Railway Authority, a new structure track bypassing much of the old infrastructure was built, offering express trains as a faster and more direct route to Poland's main cities such as Lodz and Warsaw. In addition, plans for further improvement to the rail were drawn up, including the electrification, with electric locomotives to taking over the duty of heavy coal trains originating from Silesia. Further cooperation. Nice. Oh yeah, I definitely turned the war around. It's what happens when you invest heavily in strategic bombers and start bombing all of the enemy factories and supply lines. It definitely turns the tide of war when the army can't supply itself. So, by doing that, I was able to get the syndicalists and in the West to capitulate. And now the old governments have returned, basically. So now I'm essentially just making my way and preparing myself for a push into Russia. Naval Aviation Corps. Another result of the untangling of air warfare on the ground, where I've been founding a group of aviators focused on naval aviation. These pilots trained in special courses are now demanding aircraft to fit their special requirements. Do that. News from the two Sicilies. The Sicilian government today advised this after a national referendum which has consumed the country for over the past few weeks. They have decided to accept their proposal to unite with the government of Sardinia. This, they say, is the best interest of Italian unity. Unfortunately, it does mean leaving the Reichspakt, and they want us to be the first to know. So, we could ask them to reconsider, but they have our blessing. We'll let them go. It doesn't really matter to me. Let's see what happens here. Oh, they actually did. And alright. And a non-aggression pact with British. You know what? Just because I want the Italians to be reunited, I'm gonna just do that. Nothing? Okay, I was expecting something to happen, but I guess not. Okay. Whatever. Oh shit, I am out of things here. What can I research? Yeah, let's see what we can do in our colonies here, actually. Not a whole lot. Oh, German East Asian forces managed to take Formosa. That's actually interesting. But, yeah, it's just... I haven't had to do anything with the Pacific because the US and my East Asian colonies have been taking care of it for me. So, yeah, it's just kind of funny. Maintenance crews. Nope. Start researching MPs, I think. Alright. Jesus, this invasion's taking forever. Oh, I see. So, essentially, they are gonna have to go through this. Okay. Well, eventually they'll get to the point where Italy is reunified. So... yeah, even though our bombers worked well, we definitely had many of them get shot down. Ah, goodness gracious. Okay. Yeah, I think that's good. And we shall do that. Oh yeah, I forgot I moved our forces down here. Then push down. Take Crimea back. Which is what hopefully the actual Ukrainians will do in their war against Russia. Yeah, but that's... I'm not going to go into depths about that. Kesselring is making good progress here. What are we doing Air Force-wise? Oh, I actually know what I can do. So building up airfields, because I am going to be moving every single aircraft we have over here. Ooh, we managed to cut them off. Even better. So if we can... Oh, yes, I love that. We have over 30 divisions that just got encircled and destroyed. Love that. So I still remember when the war broke out and I lost, like, so many different divisions before. I was so pissed. Alright. I'm gonna redeploy these forces there. We are gonna launch an all-out attack. And take over. Huh. And it looks like another part of the line was modernized from Warsaw to Posen. Yeah, I'm not gonna read all that, but yeah, good for infrastructure. Let's get all that stuff taken care of. Ah, there it goes. The Kingdom of Italy restored. Today, King Medio I declared that the Kingdom of Italy had once again been restored and made whole. The second Riorgimento has come at a great cost, he told cheering crowds in Rome. We must never forget the sacrifices that got us here, as well as the efforts of our allies which made this possible. We must also be proud of what we have accomplished. We overcame the sham of the First Weltkrieg and returned to our rightful place at the head of a restored nation. This is a victory for all Italians. Not all Italians share the king's enthusiasm, evidently, but for the moment, most appear relieved that their nation's divisions are now a thing of the past. The old order has returned, it seems. It looks like we have more things here. And we'll modernize our cruisers. Cruisers, both light and heavy, make up the backbone of our naval force. We must modernize our cruisers at once in order to stay competitive. These guys back. Right. Bring these bombers over. Right here. Russian state has decrypted our thing. Actually, I probably start doing that to them. Although it'll take goddamn ever. Of course. So, in the meantime, let's start getting some supplies located, because I am planning to do a big push to just kick the Russians in the ass and out of Ukraine and just demolish them eventually. Alright. There's that, and I'll keep this guy on standby just in case I need him to go and rescue anyone. And the good news is that he's just about ready to launch an attack. Alright. I'll bring you here. Yeah, that'll do. These guys over them as well. And here. There we go. We can liberate Crimea too. Or at least get things modernized. And we should probably help out the Georgians then. So, our allies have their armies mobilized and ready to go, but we, however, do not. So, essentially, we create the AA line here, essentially. Let's try and push the Russians as far back as we can. And do the same thing here, I suppose. Yeah, that'll do. Okay. And in the meantime, I will have these guys just do this here. Alright. And 2 more days, and we can then proceed to try and liberate Finland here. Although it definitely looks like the Russians have some units in the area, although I feel we should be able to break through. Let's see. And of course, the moment I land my armies is the... Actually, this might be helpful. Alright. Maybe the Swedes will be able to help us? Alright, so... Boys is done. Push on that way.
Achtung! Achtung! Befehle? Ausrücken! Befehle? Achtung!
Oh shit, we are just rolling into Finland here.
Los, los, los!
Yeah, we'll just continue our press. Steady train. Yeah, well, go with that.
Zeig es ihnen!
And agent captured, of course. Alright. And get them back. And commence when ready.
Los,
There,
ausrücken!
finally. Alright. Deploy here. And we have enough forces here to hold the line as more come in. Where's our characters? Expand the Singapore airstrips. Singapore is the center point of German East Asia, a fortress city. It has great demands for both civilian as well as military airstrips. We should meet this pressing need by investing in construction to protect our naval station from foreign rivals in the region. Alright. Should do the trick. And reinforcements are now pouring in. The MPs. Did signal companies.
Befehle?
Oh, that's interesting. What are we doing here? Okay. And I'm just gonna do this. And you know what? I know it's winter, but I'm pretty certain we can beat them. So the entire German army push into Russia and let's end this war. Alright. Unfortunately, since we have the whole German army now in this one area, we're able to chip back a little bit. And you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna start building up nuclear bombs right away. Colombia, non-aggression pact. We'll do that. Okay. What else have I got? Anything? Yeah. Most of these things over here appear to be my bombers. Like, I did not realize how many I had. Alright. There we go. Whoop. 2, 3, 4, 5. Redeploy a few of them to other bases here. This way it's not completely full. But yeah, definitely encircling and destroying over 30 Russian divisions, I feel, is going to help us greatly. And to think we are actually making our offensive in the middle of winter. Oh, and speaking of encirclements, we managed to encircle a couple more divisions in Helsinki. And there they go. Actually, what does the casualties look like at this point? Okay. Go here instead. So, about 5.5 million Russians. 2.7. It's definitely more than that, though, before, because now that the communists done, we aren't seeing their things. Zaporizhia is ours. The Russians are getting kicked out. Jesus, another agent is captured. Gotta give it to the counterintelligence forces. But fortunately, that agent too should be rescued then as well. Yeah, I'll see how I end up doing before I do that. Off. This one maybe. Yeah, looks like services are requirements so far for them. Alright. And we are closing in on Petrograd. So if we can take the second city of Russia, that'd be a big blow to them. We pretty much push them back to the Ukrainian border. Oh, we were closer than I thought. The fall of Petrograd. The great Russian city built by Peter the Great was captured today. The Russian defenders initially held back the Baltic army across the Neva River, but a few days ago these positions fell. Now sustained cannon fire on Alesevsky Island has put the last of the defenders out of their misery. Some military technicians say that with proper defense the city could have been held out for years, but Baltic momentum carried them through the city faster than that. Kind of an interesting nod, actually, to the actual siege of Leningrad. I like that. The Baltic Army's soldiers are using the Palace Square as a staging ground for moving throughout the rest of the city, and there are rumors that Baltic soldiers taking tours through the Museum of Artillery, confident they will put their mark on the history of the Russian state. We've encircled more of the Russians than two. Let's just see. It's always kind of interesting just watching the units melt away. And there they go. And we're making good progress in Finland, too. Starting to push them back into Karelia. And we pretty much pushed the Russians back to the Ukrainian border. Oh, the Republic of Iran has declared war on Armenia. Interesting. What does the alliance look like in the Middle East? Not a whole lot. What the heck? Jazz. Okay. You know what? I am probably just gonna do that. It's just bugging me. That sometimes the AI does not really work as well as it should when it comes to the peace terms in this game. And expanding the Singapore airstrips is done. And we'll do long-range fighters. As a result of the bomber grouping doctrine, the demands of range of operations have multiplied. Theorists and researchers are demanding new aircraft models to keep up their increasingly aggressive bombardment plans. After the Paris bomber comes the London bomber, and after that, the Moscow bomber. There doesn't seem to be an end. Speaking of which, let's actually see what the thing looks like here. Not a terrible amount of destruction to their industry, but it's not really necessary, and not really, I suppose. You know what? I'm gonna have to hold it all serve. Alright. Just that way we can get more men to come in. Alright. Yeah, we'll rally public support. Alright. And further processing. And concentrated industry. So we are going to need more slots. Oh, whereabouts in the circle more? They are surrounded. Always fascinating to see the units just melt away like that. Alright. Here. Alright. Where are the rest of our arms? So. Pushing across. Yeah, and it looks like we've retaken all of Ukraine. So. The United Kingdom wants to resupply their ships in our ports. Yes, we will let them. No need to things as they are, I suppose. Alright. And now we're pushing in. Let's start having armies move a little farther out now that we've retaken a lot of the previously lost ground. Alright. Yeah, I know what I do. Yeah. Start building more airfields. Alright. It's done. And more Marines. Okay. Boys are pushing down that way. Alright, how are we doing here? there. And there. Okay.
Bereit.
And we're pushing deeper into Russia now at this point. Looks like our forces are gonna push all the way to Kemp here. Cut Crimea, not Crimea, I mean, Karelia in half. And trap any Russian forces that are still in the north. Alright. And on the plus side, looks like we have now linked up with our Georgian allies here. Volunteers from Burma. How are we doing? Yeah, the tide's definitely turned in our favor in the east. So the Russians have now lost another 1.5 million men. They are pushing in on Tsaristan. It's pretty much undefended here at this point. The thing is, too, it's not even spring. Alright. Yep, and we've pretty much taken this area here, and we'll have cut off the northern Russian forces in half. And we are slowly closing in on Moscow. Alright, what else have I got? Long-range bombers. And found the Luftlandtruppen. Due to our continuing focus on ground-air operations, there have been proposals to greatly expanding our paratrooper division, which is currently in its infancy. This might have to do with the fact that jumping from a flying plane does not seem very glorious or entertaining, or survivable, really. We should promote the imagery of paratrooper as a spearhead of the Kaiser's military. It's a sound strategy, honestly. It looks like we are pretty much at the Caspian Sea here, then. Except they are closing in on Astrakhan, and at the same time, well, Tsaristan. Modern-day Volgograd, or Stalingrad, as it was back during the war. And Signal Company done. Any other... Yeah, I'll do this. Just get some night vision. And looks like Tsaristan is going to fall here. Food from Middle Africa. Looks like I spoke a little too soon. Yeah, they may have broken our ciphers, but unfortunately that does not really help them a whole lot. If you're hoping to play an easy country in Hearts of Iron 4, there's really two countries that I can think of that would be really great to start as if you're really brand new to the Hearts of Iron series. One is the United States. Obviously, just the fact that it is an ocean away from both of the major theaters of the war, you don't really have to worry too much about invasions, and at the same time you have a lot of industry to work with. The other country I'd suggest playing as if you're brand new would be the Soviet Union. It's that when you play as the Soviets, you really only have one Oh, I did not realize it was that close to a capitulation for them. But anyways, just for those, essentially, you only really have to worry about the Germans attacking you. I mean, granted, if you have historical AI turned off, then you might have to focus on the Eastern as well. But just the fact that you really only have to deal with that one front helps you out a lot. And means that you won't have to worry too much about anything else happening. So I have to take care of this. This will also be my recommendations if you are trying a Hearts of Iron game for the first time. Divisions. Okay. Push here. Where's the fate of Greece? The Greek peninsula has been secured, and the entire Greek army has been capitulated. The fate of the entire Greek nation lies in our hands. We shall liberate the kingdom of Greece. Although we should have other areas then that we can decide on what to do. And actually, they're still kind of fighting their way. And it's like the Russians are being pushed here. The fate of the Aegean coast. The Aegean coast has been brought under our control by your troops occupy the region. Let's decide what to do. We shall give it to Greece. Fate of the Aegean Macedonia. We take control of the region of the Aegean Macedonia. We must now decide what to do with it, and we shall give it to the Greeks. And likewise, we shall give Cyprus to the Greeks. And I'm just gonna give these regions here back to the Greeks. Okay. There we go. That should do it. Okay. Alright. We have really encircled many divisions there. We're slowly making our way to Moscow. Alright. And the fall of Zaristan. The city of Zaristan has been an important center of transportation and commerce activity for centuries due to its location. Despite the explosive population growth, the city's poor conditions had turned it into a hotbed of revolutionary activity. During the Russian Civil War, the town became a site of important battle and siege, and likewise, history repeats itself once more, as the city has once again become a battlefield. Large parts of the city lay in ruin as bitter urban warfare and aerial bombardment have reduced much of the urban centers to ruin. Despite near fanatical resistance from the Russian forces, the Ukrainian army announced today that the city has fallen into their hands. Well done. And Irish treaty obligations. We finally finished preparations for all the materials ordered by the Irish as part of our treaty obligations. The goods are now ready to be delivered and will give the convoy and military escort all its way to Ireland. Well done. That's moving in. Actually, I'm realizing that I do not have this here. I will have them. Just take Moscow. Alright. The Frangitan government has capitulated. So that's good news. Alright. Let's see. Yeah, continue on. Up here. Alright. And we'll try and go where we can. Tactical bombers, I'll move them there. There we go. And there. And move these fighters up. Okay. Actually, yeah, I'll move. Yeah, they are definitely trying. India has declared war on Burma. Alright.
Suchen Deckung.
Yeah, we are closing in on Moscow then. And it can only hold out for so long. So we are gaining speed. Okay. Motorized infiltration. While our military high command is divided on many subjects, they are united on one topic. That the possibilities of mass motorization offers our infantry can be exploited to win decisive and speedy victories of operational scale, harkening back to the victory of 1870-71. We shall do that. Alright. Jeez. Railway guns, apparently. Alright. And, yeah, it looks like their factories are starting to take a hit now. So that's good news for us. Conditional surrender. I think that's new. I don't remember that being there before. Falls ill. And concentrated industry. And Cuba wants to send some volunteers, so we shall let them do that. Alright. And the good news, too, is that the weather is finally warming up in Russia here as well, so that's actually just gonna help us even more. Get some AA guns. And on the Russian pact with Canada. Do that. Okay, and Walter Model wounded. French want to help us again, it seems. Okay. Oh, I see. That's because they're unconventional allies, so that would explain that. State. It's at 7 million now. Whatever. Kingdom in Finland has requested naval blueprints. It seems, though, in an effort to strengthen their navy, the Finns have come to us in order to acquire advanced naval designs. While it's much true that the Finns are our allies, and we would benefit from providing them with naval plans, it is also true that the plans could potentially fall into the hands of our enemies. We'll provide them with that. So that our enemies are pretty much getting their asses kicked at the moment. Slowly getting through here. So, that's definitely taking sweet time, though. Alright. like... Yeah, there is nobody in Central America, Asia here, I mean. That's interesting.
Achtung!
These guys here. And where can I set them? There. Yeah, just have them move there. And New Zealand has joined the Entente. Those guys here. New Zealand votes for independence. After a recent divisive referendum, the Australasian state and New Zealand and today voted for independence from the larger confederation. New Zealanders have long resented their annexation by the mainland following the British invocation of the Conservation of Resources Act of 1924. That resentment boiled over into a campaign for independence following the imposition of conscription by the mainland. The Canberra government has been given its reluctant blessings for the state's secession, expecting to be taken effect immediately. Neat. Back to the war. Is there a way for me to even see how many soldiers they've got? Available map power. It doesn't look like it. Okay. Casualties are high. Surprisingly, their stability is high too. Alright. Let me see if I can't move any more bombers. Actually, better yet, I'll move these guys over here. Just complete air superiority. At least I think. Let me check. Oh yeah, complete air superiority. Falls ill. We are just devastating their armies. Just so much damage to their cities, and I like that. The thing too is that the bombers can actually take out the railway guns. Just like our forces are also slowly eating away at the essentially all the different fortifications that they have, mostly because bombers were taking them out before in France. I haven't switched their mission yet. Monarchy restored in Greece. After weeks of deliberation, the Greek government has decided to return the crown to King Alexandros I, who was exiled in 1923 following the establishment of the Third Republic. While many consider Alexandros some popularity due to the part he played in surrendering of the economy to Germany and Austria following the First Weltkrieg, it was felt he was still the most legitimate ruler. The king spoke to a massive cheering crowd in Athens after returning for the first time in many years, saying that Greece had finally returned to the path it was meant to be on, and vowed to work with the country's leaders to forge a positive future. Right. Honestly, I'm kind of tempted to just... You know what? Yeah. Let's surround Moscow. Try and have these armies link up in Vladimir. is that if they are going to be such a pain in the ass, then I'm just gonna surround and destroy the city. Alright. Good news is that our forces up north are doing well. How are we doing air superiority wise? And hold up. Oh yeah, I forgot I had this. Well, either that or I captured it somehow. We are closing in on our encirclement. And it's done. We have cut off Moscow from the rest of the army here. And we'll do this. Honestly, just the fact that we've done that, it gives us a huge boon. So we've essentially cut off their main supply at this point. What? Oh, our improved anti-air. Okay. What arm group is this? 5th Army. 2nd Army. Show. Alright. You know what? I'm gonna keep things the way they are, I think. Infiltration. And we'll complete the final reforms. For too long, people have battled over where power should lie in our great government. It is time to answer the question once and for all. Let's see. Okay. Which one of these? German Caroline. What? Laxton. Okay. So that's... Yeah, I'm not seeing... Yeah, I don't know where they are. Oh well. Good news is that everything is falling apart, essentially. But it's time to push in. We have Moscow surrounded. Literally. It's time to push them back. The United States has declared war in Nicaragua. That's interesting. Oh. Alright. Kind of interesting that Nicaragua is somehow against this. Well, we'll call it the Tire Entente. Or whatever. The Syndicalists are still there. Yeah, I swear I gave the Americans them, but I suppose not. Okay, let's see here. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, they're pretty close to capitulation. Likely once Moscow is captured, they'll give up. And we are done. And now are hiding in Moscow. And the thing is, too, this is the only place that they can deploy reinforcements since we have everything else cut off. So it's like, any new armies they have to go into that pocket. So literally everything is right here. Okay. And the thing is, too, with them all crammed in like sardines there, they don't really have enough supplies to go around. Extort heroism. Nicaragua surrendered. Well, wait, I can't? Can I? So, yeah, whatever. Deal with them as you will, America. It's gonna give it to them anyways. Okay. Yeah. Just bring in as many reinforcements as we can. It's that we have literally nothing to fight with. Okay. Alright. So many armies. Said now they're down to a single province. Whatever they have in Moscow is what they get. Yeah. Well, search some paratroopers. Alexander Chepkov. Kessleri. There we go. The fall of Moscow. The last time Moscow was taken by a foreign power, a vast fire swept large portions of the city. Not so today. When Ukrainian forces broke through siege lines in multiple places and converged on the Kremlin, Russian soldiers continued to snipe at the enemy from the high-rises. But the main defense have broken and are filtering out through the suburbs into the surrounding forests. Red Square, along the center of Russian life in the city, has been turned into a makeshift POW camp. The burning debris of seen falling from the Kremlin windows. No doubt last-ditch effort to prevent Russian intelligence from falling into Ukrainian hands. This is a dark day for the Russian state. And let me see the results of this now. Oh yeah, 10 million casualties now. Said they had like 50 divisions that were just encircled and destroyed there. So, I am all for that. Alright. And let's actually just do some of this stuff here. Alright. Redeploy you there. You there. You there. You there. And I'll keep you guys over here, I suppose. Alright. And yeah, this war's done, I'd say. Is that there isn't really anything that these guys can do. Alright. The way across. There. Yep. And here we go. And there we have it. Alright. Yeah, it's that we've essentially taken out the vast majority of the Russian army. So. Yes. How is their thing still this high? I wish I knew what they're... Okay. So this is something. Oh yeah, we have basically wiped out their entire army at this point. Final reforms are done. And we'll do this one. The Partem-Warn Luftwaffe. The establishment of formalized school for aviators would help immensely in unifying and promoting this current somewhat disorganized field. There are a lot of heroes in the air warfare from the Weltkrieg. Most famous, of course, being the Red Baron himself, whose insight could still be visible with new recruits. Excuse me, valuable with new recruits. There, they could impart their wisdom on a new generation of German pilots. Alright. It's kind of funny. There are so few Russian soldiers now at this point that there is just no way that they can just hold and defend. You're just pushing deeper and deeper. It's done. Alright. What's the closest, largest city? Looks like Kazan. Tank. I'll take you. The fall of Bangkok. Earlier today, victorious Indian soldiers marched through the streets of Bangkok. After fierce fighting for most of the day, most buildings along the Ratchatham Road were ruined with artillery barrage, and the Indian flag now flies over the Anata Sunken Throne Hall that was used by the Thai government as their parliament. Thai government has agreed to discuss India's demand. Now that the last of the Thai defense is stamped out in the city, it seems that further resistance in the surrounding cities will end soon enough. I see. What's that? The Sultanate of Egypt has declared war on the French Republic.
Achtung! Suchen Deckung!
Let's see if we can't capture this. Or the Wadian Empire. Wonder if Aladdin is going to join in that fight. Alright, guns from Middle Africa. General Warschleiten. And it looks like Kazan's gonna fall. And there goes that. And Samara too. And there it goes. Oh, I did not realize that there was a thing for this one too. Fall of Yekaterinburg. Nestled on the eastern side of Russia's Ural Mountains and bisected by the Iset River, the city of Yekaterinburg is notable for being a grand city connecting Russia's eastern and western halves. The city named after the wife of Peter the Great. That was also where the formal Russian imperial family was imprisoned before their unfortunate execution. Hard times seem to have fallen the city once more, however, as Russian forces abandoned the city in the wake of approaching German armies. The Russian war effort has suffered tremendous defeat, while the loss of the critical junction connecting Europe and Asia to the valuable resources of the Urals. With this victory, the Russian war effort has been dealt a tremendous blow. Indeed, it has. Alright, so how do I want to divide this up? First things first, I think I'm going to give Transmirror the things to the east here. Alright. And yeah. Take that. And I'm going to have Philin take their rightful piece of the clay. Let's see. What else have we got? It's the United Baltic Duchy. I know that there are things here that they need. Then take that. And Belarus next. Belarusian People's Army. Nothing. Take Smolensk. And that. Yeah. So I want them to take essentially all the cores that they have here, and by God, do they have a lot. Oh, wait. I was looking at the wrong thing. So, no, this is the proper. So, alright, yeah, that makes more sense. Let's see. Where is Ukraine? Here we are, the Ukrainian state. Take you. You as well. Actually, nah, I think that'll be fine. Take Armenia. All of it. Okay. Confirm and exit. There. And that's the end of that. So, at least this part of the war is over. Formal request from the Belarusian People's Republic. With the peace settled and our European hegemony more secure than ever, our loyal ally in what was once the eastern frontier of Middle Europa, we usually call White Ruthenia, has made a formal request through their embassy in Berlin. For the most of the interwar period, the Belarusians have been dependent on their protector and economic power to rise itself from the backwater to a nation, and they claim, equal to the rest of Europe. With their eastern claims secured and Russian threat all but destroyed, the Belarusian ambassador believes the new relationship between our nations should be considered specifically one between two free nations rather than a protector and a vassal. In short, the Belarusian government is hoping to obtain full independence within the Reichspakt in Middle Europa, ending their unofficial status as a puppet state of the German Empire as a reward for loyalty through this bloody conflict. So there's no reason for the Belarusian People's Republic to break away from the Reichspakt. With their loyalty thoroughly proven, there really is no reason for us to maintain a leash on them, and it would make it even harder, more grateful for our role in their liberation. On the other hand, hardliners that have the Kaiserreich are livid that they have the gall to make such a proposition in the first place, as their very existence is due to the German goodwill. But, we'll accept it. Lundorf will be happy about that, so there's that. In the meantime, though, we should get a proposition here. The fate of Russia. After a long fight with the Russian state, we have launched a full offensive and forced the Russian armed forces to surrender. Moscow is now in our hands, and the fate of the Russian nation awaits it. And we'll liberate the core Russian lands. And we'll see what it wants us to do then. Might take a bit, though. Alright. There we go. It's done. The Asian Council votes on restoring trans voting rights. Approve the notion. You know what? Actually, I'll give it back. Give it back to the previous government. So. Come on. Yeah, it might take a bit. Should have done this a little sooner. There we go. First things first, though, we should probably redeploy our armies. Yeah, I'm just gonna redeploy them here for now, just get them out of the war zone that is Russia. Okay. There we go. Let's have them get out. Fate of Central Asia. Following our campaign in the steppes of Central Asia, we now control several territories of the former states of the region. Local leaders and our own politicians are petitioning for autonomy of these regions. Several solutions have been proposed, ranging from complete partition of the region up into 4 states, up to their aggregation into a single Central Asian Federation. What shall we do? We'll definitely not be doing the military occupation. We'll do the Central Asian Federation. Get things a little better. Alright. And then the fate of Azerbaijan. Just fighting in the Caucasus, we have conquered and annexed Azerbaijan. The Azeri army has surrendered, and with their territories under our control, we'll liberate them. Right. Cancel the aggression pact. And Eric Robinson has fallen ill. Fate of the Northern Caucasus. Northern Caucasus are under our control. We must decide what to do with it. This transfer. Yeah, we'll give it back to them. And the fate of Koban. Koban Steep is under our control. We must decide what to do with it now. And for this. I'm thinking, give it to the Ukrainians. Just that way we have a little bit of a area to get a land bridge going. And the vote passes. Alright. State of Burma has collapsed. I'm gonna temporarily just do this. This way we can get all of our armies out. Alright.
Achtung!
So to be perfectly frank, I do not want all my armies and my allies' armies stuck in whatever you want to call it, the area here. But yeah, the European theater of the Second Weltkrieg, though, is done. But we do still have Japan to contend with. Though it does look like, actually, that they are making some progress. Okay. So, interesting. Okay, so that's done. But, I am thinking I might call it good here, though, for now, because it is getting a little late, and I do actually have some things I need to take care of, otherwise I will continue playing. But I definitely appreciate you all tuning in. Helps me out a lot, of course, and we'll be sure to pick up with this a little more later. I believe the next time I have it scheduled to play with this game is going to be... actually, I don't have it on here, but I'm sure I'll pick it up at some point. I might actually play this on a Wednesday next week instead of Fallout 4, but we'll see. It's that, we're getting pretty close to the end of this game, actually, at this point, because I'm not entirely sure what else we could do yet, except for a War of the Entente once we're done with Japan here, so we'll have to see. Depends entirely on how I'm feeling, but at any rate, my next stream, though, will be this upcoming Monday, the 14th, at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, where I will be playing more South Park: The Stick of Truth, so be sure to stay tuned for that. And if you like what you saw here on Twitch, be sure to hit that follow and subscribe button if you feel like it. And likewise, And the same goes on YouTube if you're watching this later. Hit that like and subscribe button there as well. Helps me out a lot. But until next time, my friends, this is the Blue Badger, signing off for now, and I will see you guys next time.